Hi there, Gemma here. Just a quick one to just share a few things regarding the times that we're living in. You may have noticed a lot of things about the current pandemic. Some call it pandemic, some call it the scam or scamdemic. Whatever it's called or whatever it is, there are genuinely people dying, even though things seem to be getting better. But that's not actually what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to say is what is being done as a result of it and how it points to the things that pertain to the end of time. I genuinely believe, it is my conviction, especially when I look at what the Bible talks about in the book of Revelation, it is my genuine conviction that the ground is being laid, the times are being prepared, the framework for how the beast system will operate in the final week of Daniel, the last 7 years of the week of Daniel, or the last 7 years of the final week of Daniel. I keep saying this, the last 7 years of Daniel's 70 weeks. In other words, the last week of the 70 weeks of Daniel. That was a bit of a mouthful, so apologies for that. But the point I'm making is, in that final week, what will commence the final week is the quote unquote the confirmation of a covenant, a treaty, an agreement of some kind by some leaders, and in particular the man of sin. The man of sin is one who enacts or who confirms that agreement. And then, the Bible tells us that he comes in by flattery, he comes in through deception, he comes in with lying signs and wonders. And then at the end of 3.5 years, he's going to kill the two witnesses. You find this, I believe it's in Revelation chapter 11. He kills the two witnesses, and then his true colors show. This is when things then become really, really dark. The first 3.5 years were already dark with various outpourings of calamities upon humanity, calamities upon planet Earth. But in the last 3.5 years, this is when his true colors will show. The other thing that will happen in the last 3.5 years is that, according to, I believe it's in Revelation 12, that third of the angels that have fallen will be cast to the earth. Satan and his cronies are going to be cast to the earth. And the Bible says he comes with great wrath because his time is near, or his time is very short. So he comes with great anger. He comes with the intention of causing great calamity upon the planet. What many don't realize is that the stage is being set for what is going to happen in that time. The Bible tells us in the book of Revelation that one of the things that will be people will be marked with is the mark of the beast. The Bible says, let he that understand this, that it is the number of a man, and that number is 666. One translation says it's 603 score and 6. 666, 666, however you call it, it's those 3 digits, right? Many people at different times have said it's a credit card number, it's a binary number, it's some sort of RFID chip, whatever it is. And people are even talking about now that it's the COVID pass, COVID passport, and so on and so forth. Technically speaking, it doesn't really matter what it is or what form it's going to take. What matters is that men and women are going to be forced to take this mark. And if they don't take this mark, the Bible tells us that they will be beheaded. In other words, off with their heads, according to the revolution in France of many, many years ago. Off with their heads. Now, some have said that is what COVID is about. I genuinely think that's not what COVID is, or the COVID pass or passport or the mark or whatever thin ID passport that they're trying to give out just now. But I genuinely believe that the framework, the groundwork, the foundation is being laid for the things that are going to come. Why am I saying all this? I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I'm saying this to let everyone know that our time here is nearly done. The time of the church is very nearly done, and the time of humanity before Jesus Christ comes back is nearly done. I genuinely believe in what the Bible says in the book of Peter, I think it's in 2 Peter 2. I could be wrong, but I think it's in 2 Peter 2, which talks about scoffers and it talks about men saying, oh, where is the sign of his coming? Well, we have been talking about his coming for ages and ages and ages. Where is the sign of his coming? It says, these men do not know that, I'm paraphrasing now, these men do not know that this is an act of God's mercy, for a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as a day. I could be speculating, this is just conjecture on my part, but I genuinely believe that when Jesus Christ came, that was the fourth day. Now, one of the things you notice in the book of Genesis chapter 1 is that the sun, God placed the sun in the firmament on the fourth day. 2 days later, he finished creation with man as a pinnacle of his creation, and on the seventh day he rested. Now in the book of Zechariah, the Bible tells us of a coming time of rest of 1,000 years. The Bible kind of alludes to that in the book of Hebrews and in many other places, including the book of Revelation. The point I'm trying to make is that if these things are true, and I genuinely believe it is my conviction that this is true, then it means that we have somewhere between 10 and 13 years left as a planet before Jesus Christ comes to rule and reign in Jerusalem as the king of this world. But what is also important or critical is that the rapture of the saints, the rapture of the church of Jesus Christ, is going to take place before then. And if it's going to take place before then, and it's going to take place before the final week, that means somewhere between now and the next maximum 6 years. Maximum, absolute worst case scenario, even though I increasingly think this is going to take place sooner than you think. The church is going to be taken, and there'll be serious chaos, serious confusion upon the planet. The reason why I'm saying this to you is this. One of the rewards, one of the what's the word called now? One of the crowns that will be given is a crown of righteousness. I think it is. Paul describes it as a crown of righteousness in Timothy, that is laid up for all those who look forward to his appearing. It, in my opinion, is one of the easiest rewards to receive. And what's not to like? I mean, who is so down with this life that you will not look forward to the coming of Christ? Who is so down with this life that you will not look forward to the rapture of the saints? Friends, believe you me, this life isn't worth it. Warn as many people as you can while you still can, because our time here is nearly done. Our time here is nearly done. In fact, look up, for your redemption draws nigh. I'm going to keep this short, and I'll say God bless you, and I'll speak to you another time. God bless you. Bye.